All right, welcome back, second and third grade. So, we're going to be talking about radial symmetry. It's basically when something is symmetrical, but it's the same all the way around. And so, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be making something called a mandala. And so, you're going to need a few things for this project. You're going to need a ruler. Doesn't matter what type, doesn't matter how long. You'll obviously need a pencil, and you're going to need some things to make some circles. So, things like a can of soup. This one looked like it was hot chocolate or baking cocoa of some sort. And finally, a big snack mix. So you're going to need something to make some circles. 3 different sizes if you can make that work. And what we're going to do first in this video is we're going to set up our pattern so that we can make our mandala. This I did 100% by hand, and we're going to use our canned goods to help us to assist us with that problem. All right, so let's get started. First thing you are going to do is you're going to take your ruler and you're going to make a big plus sign on your paper. So I'm going to take my ruler, I'm going to draw one line that goes all the way across one side of my paper, and then I'm going to estimate where my middle is, and I'm going to do the same thing, make a big plus sign on my paper, just like that. Okay? So now the next part's a little more tricky. We're going to make another plus sign, but this time we're going to go the opposite way. So taking your ruler, you're going to line it up and you're going to eyeball what you think is in the middle. This looks pretty good to me. So I'm going to draw my line. Okay, that looks pretty good, looks pretty even. What we want to try to get to be even are these 2 triangles next to each other, about the same size. Okay, now I'm going to turn it this way. And I'm going to do the same thing. Okay, just like that. Extend this line out a little farther. So we're not going for totally perfect here. It doesn't really matter. It's just a guide to help us draw our pattern for the mandala. All right, so now I'm going to take my first canned good, and to my best ability, I'm going to line it up right in the center. That looks pretty good. Maybe a little bit more that way, more this way. All right, I'm just going to trace around, and we'll check to see if it's doing all right. See if it's close enough to the center. All right, well, looks a little bit off, but could be worse. So this is how you check this. If this measurement is the same here, then you got it correct. So it's a little bit off. So this is the most important one. What I could do is actually put this back on and line it up again, and then do another circle. Okay, that's better. All right, moving on. I'm going to take my next one and just try to put it right down in the center. Yet again, we're eyeballing this, so if you make a circle and it's not correct, you can always erase it and put something new back in there. Okay, that's good enough. And then finally, put the big one on top. If you look at it from both angles, that's the best way to do it. All right, draw it all the way around. Now, what happens if you don't have 3 big cans? That's fine. You don't need 3, 2 will be just fine. And yet again, not perfect, but enough information to help us out. And you can always put it back on, readjust it, and redraw it if you do not like it. We're going to be erasing most of these lines later anyway. All right, there we go. That's pretty good. That'll do well for us. All right, so that is step number 1. In the next video, we'll talk about the next step.